Guys, I have to do a video because, don't get me wrong, I understand that people are poorly, can become poorly from experiences, especially if they're traumatic. But in a lot of cases that I'm seeing as well is that a lot of people are truly suffering and truly labeling themselves and diagnosing themselves as like ill or not right or like bipolar, schizophrenic, and loads of labeling names when they're truly just empathic and very, very tapped in and actually psychic, and they don't know how to use their gifts right. And it's quite painful. I don't know why it pains me so much because I do have close people that have also been labelled as this as well, which is why it probably irritates me, as when you don't truly understand the gifts that you have, that society is being deemed as crazy for the whole life and lifetimes for, you tend to put yourself in this small box and then label yourself as not normal, not part of society, not this, not that, when you should be changing the whole way that you look at this and how you can use those gifts, because we are so powerful. And just by changing this perspective a lot can literally put your mind in a better place without feeling depressed and down in the dumps about yourself when you look in that mirror and you're feeling so sad. And sadness is a natural feeling, emotion. Anger, it's very healthy to feel angry and express your anger. It's very healthy to feel sad because you have emotions. At least you have emotion. And it's even more powerful when that's your gift. You're taking on all these emotions, not having the right support system around you to make you feel, yes, I'm very powerful, I'm very guided, I'm very spiritually tapped in with my true nature, and how can I help myself and other people by embracing this? It really winds me up when I see it, not in a nasty way, but in a just a passionate way where it makes me want to shake people sometimes, because they sit there truly labeling themselves and truly pay, especially when they're paying a lot of money to get therapy, when you could just tap into those feelings and recognize, this is my feeling, that's their feeling. They're projecting that feeling, I'm taking on that feeling. I feel this feeling, they're feeling that feeling. What one is it? Because I truly can't stand it when people feel so low, or when someone's told they're crazy over and over again. Guess what? They're going to believe they're crazy. And this is why you see people losing their damn minds, because everyone around them are going along with the same narrative about someone or people and whole society and all of this. It's like, when you truly see how powerful you are, you're not this label. This is who you are. You're just remembering who you are. Remember when you were a child? And you felt so much, especially my empaths, my spiritually tapped in. Just being who you are is spiritual, because we're spirit. Our bodies are just physical, our shell. And it's like, it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. Because I understand that other people have illnesses, as I said. And it can drive people to be very, very ill and not think straight. Because yes, I've been there too. But when you actually realise, because I'm someone that can sit in pain and get very comfortable and sit and take the pain. It's not good, but it is what I think is good, because you can recognise it faster and understand your true nature, like who you are as a person. Because who are you as a person is what you need to get to know. When something doesn't feel right, it's not right. When something's not yours to carry, that's genuinely when you actually look out of character. because that is not your energy. That is not your feeling. That's somebody else's that you've picked up. And especially when you've got a wide audience, or you're surrounded by lots of people, or you're surrounded in the big world or out there, and you're communicating with people daily, like groups of people and so many different types of people. You got to think, when you hang around with just one person, you end up duplicating it, like you end up acting like each other. And when we're so telepathic, people do it without realising as well that it's like mirrors, human mirrors, walking mirrors. And I think that's the whole point of it, trying to understand and like evolve into who you are and understanding who you are. Because I don't know, it drives me. I just feel like I need to say it because I've seen, especially today, I've seen it as well, a few people that I've done it, as I said before, like you like to dwell, and like that's the only way that I feel like you can grow through your experiences is by sitting in it. Because if you run away from it, you're not feeling it, you're suppressing it, you're running away from it, so you can't truly heal from it. Or do you know what I mean? So I feel like people need to start looking in the mirror, and I love affirming. Affirming has worked for years for me, even when I have felt down in the dumps and felt like suicidal or different thoughts, that I know that these thoughts are just coming through my mind and then flowing back out, and understanding that these thoughts, negative, positive, is finding a way that you can turn it into a positive. Negative thoughts is natural for all of us. For all of us. But what's not natural is to sit in it really every single day for a long period of time. That's why it's good to transmute and be creative and find ways that can get rid of it, because as I said, I've done it. And when you sit in it, or you've been in situations where you've been forced to sit in it, then again, finding ways that you can embrace your gifts, your true nature. That's where your power stands, because we can get research information from anybody and you're always going to get a different answer. So this is so important to go by what you think, what you feel, what do you really think is right and what's wrong. Because if you are someone that's open as well, very, very open, and you are at a stage where you don't really actually understand your gifts, or even if you do understand your gifts, or you're highly advanced in your gifts anyway, as it is, it's just understanding that every single individual thinks different to you. They might resonate or think similar, but no one's the same as you. No one thinks the exact same to a T. So when you look at that as well from that view, it's like, why do we care what anybody else actually says? You can go black and blue by trying to explain yourself to someone. They may never see it. Ever. And yeah, I just felt like more awareness should be spread about your spiritual gifts and who you truly are. And a reminder that you can become very, very creative by acting, responding in creative ways. Because at the end of the day, we're all characters. We know who we are. As long as you know who you are, that's fine. But if you are someone that takes on everybody else's feelings and thoughts and all of that stuff, then creativity is where it's at. Where it's at. You can't go wrong with that. Although I think it's very important to just always take accountability for your own stuff. Every single person. That's the main thing. As we all have these powers that we can use to our advantage to help people in positive ways and not stay in the dumps. Message of the day. You're not cray. You're not crazy.